Okay, we are ready to begin our news conference with the University of Houston head coach Kelvin Sampson. His student athlete will be Juwan Roberts, who should be here shortly. So we will go to questions for Coach Sampson. Who wants to go first? I think here on the right side on the inside aisle.
Coach, can you specify what Jamal's injury was, and two, what his absence meant to your team ultimately?
Grade 4 sprain. He's probably going to be out 4 to 6 weeks. That was really tough locker room at halftime. But it didn't take a lot to convince those kids that we could still win. You know, that's just kind of what we've done all year. We've dealt with this all year. But as far as answering your question, what did it mean ultimately? He's first-team All-American. He's a Big 12 Player of the Year. He's a Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year. He's the heart and soul of this team. I doubt any team in America has maybe Edie from Purdue that means as much to their team as Jamal would mean to this team. There's just not another Jamal. He was the best player on the floor tonight. He's been the best player on the floor every game we've played this year, except a few. We got a 1 seed because of his leadership, his toughness, his ability to make everybody better. We didn't have another. You don't have another Jamal. You say, well, who's your point guard to replace Jamal? We don't have a point guard to replace Jamal. Those guys are. We've had guys to go in and rest him, but get him back in. But sometimes that's just God's work. It just wasn't our time. I couldn't be more proud of our team, though. We're still in a position to win the game. We held that team to 54 points. Second chance points, they were +2. Points off turnovers were +5. Fast break points, they had none. We had 2. We had some plays that I wish we would have made that we certainly could have made, but we were in a position to win the game without Jamal. Obviously, with Jamal, it's a totally different story, but that's neither here nor there, is it? So, but proud of my kids, resilient, tough, just like they've been all year. My disappointment came in not just in losing, but not being able to coach them tomorrow. I love coaching this team. I really did. This is an unbelievable group of young men.
Okay, we are now joined by Juwan Roberts. Why don't we move from Coach to Juwan, and then we'll come back for Coach in a bit. So questions now for our student athlete, and I think we have one right here toward the back on Juwan's right.
Ishmael Johnson, Dave Campbell's. Juwan, when Jamal goes out, Coach yesterday was talking about your leadership and how you two were kind of the pillars of this culture. When you see him go out, what goes through your mind and how do you kind of proceed through the game?
Just, try to be the voice of the team. He's the head of the snake. He's the leader. When he goes, we goes. And, my job when he's on and off the court is still lead by example, and just try to take everybody else under my wing and just try to be a leader that I am. When he went down, it was hard to see, but, we got confidence in each other, that we're going to stay together, and play for him. It happened to me when I played against Texas Tech, and I went down pretty hard. And, they all came together and said, we're going to do this for Juwan. So it's just, the way I look at it, this is just deeper than basketball. And you know, it wasn't the outcome, you know, that we wanted, but I don't think nobody quit. You know, I don't think nobody gave up. You know, everybody just kept fighting. You look up, we down 1, you know, we down 2, down 3. It wasn't like it was a 15-point lead and we just quit. So, you know, definitely proud of the guys, you know, and not giving up, you know, knowing we didn't have our lead on the floor, but just, you know, trusting each other. But it wasn't an outcome that we wanted.
Okay, straight ahead.
Juwan, Tim Kalishaw, Dallas Morning News. It was 8-3 at the first time out, and you had all the points. I think Francis had a basket, but all the points right inside. You're killing them inside. Obviously, the game changed for a number of reasons, but what did they do to make the physical battle more even as the game went on? Because it looked like you had control early.
Foul trouble.
Yeah, just foul trouble. Just, you know, some fouls that was, you know, pointless. You know, end of the shot clock fouls, reaching fouls. Just did little discipline areas that we did. But I would say that was the main part. Just not being a discipline, but just, you know, silly fouls.
Okay, in the middle here on the left.
Sydney Staples, D210 Sports. Juwan, what emotions are running through your head right now?